Yep. There's only so many bronze players to die like 20 times a game. Okay,
Yeah,
doke. So you
funny.
play Evelynn and then Draven.
Yeah, those are definitely my two most played recently.
Okay. And then, yeah, like what are you looking to improve on?
So I'm looking to improve some what's the way to say it? Maybe more micro decision making and stuff like whether I should full clear on repeat or move to my teammates, things like that.
Okay. So with micro decision making, do you mean like the mechanics or just like little decisions as you go?
More so little decisions as I go.
Okay. Da-da. And this is just with jungle, right? Or is that with AD as well?
More so with jungle, yeah.
Yeah. Doke. I think the best way to go about that would just be like looking at a replay and then kind of going from there.
Okay.
So let's see. Are any of these recent? Because I don't even know if I could load these a month ago on Evelynn here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there was a normal. Okay. One normal. Two normals. We're in business. Doke. So I could load the replay and then share screen, but then if you have your POV, like it's a little bit more useful. But with the MMR, it's mostly just going to be the pathing.
I do actually. Hold on. I might have my POV for one of these. Let me see. Yeah, so I guess I have this. This is one game on. I think this is on Cappy Among Us.
Doke. Last month, oh.
Yeah, this one's a little bit.
Honestly, not much changes. What changes is like, from what I've observed, just like, what are we like 1 day into the durability patch? What I've observed with that with junglers is like their timed attacks is slowed down by like one full clear in a way. At least with the full clear ones. I've observed that in like a Ringar and then what the hell else? Like a Diana, things like that. But that's pretty general. I don't have like any wild consensus on it, but yeah. It's kind of where I'm
Okay.
at. With Evelynn, she's gonna just be the exact same. So
Yeah.
it's so easy. It's so natural and so easy. So you're into Ringar. And then who the fuck else are we playing against here? It's pretty important. We got, can we do it where we can see the pictures? Or blast them all out? Okie doke. Evelynn into Ringar. That's easy peasy. Unless he invades you. Do you know like that timing where if you're especially if you're on red side, like Ringar wants to end up at your red because that's like about one of his only times to slow down the Evelynn. Yeah, so like you have to be mindful of that against like a Ringar, a Graves, a Kindred, a Xin Zhao, a Lee Sin, a Kha'Zix. Like, am I missing any?
Pretty much the ones that like want to challenge you before you're online at 6.
That and like there's not as much of a detriment for them skipping camps, so it's so much in their interest because they're not going to match your clear speed, and if they slow you down, then they might be even or they might get ahead because you're not farming the camps. And then if the play is successful, it becomes a double whammy. They get a kill, they get gold, you don't get anything, and you're like not farming the camps.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. So like the easiest example would be Kha'Zix because that piece of shit like clears slower than like anything. So it's like of course he wants to skip raptors he wants to skip raptors and golems and then 4 camp or 3 camp into your red because if he's just matching your full clear, you're like 50 seconds ahead of him at the very least. So good.
Okay.
Yeah, good luck. That's something I'd keep in mind. Victor into Draven. you could view this as like Lucian or Tristana. Like it's just they're gonna attack your mid laner, so you can keep an eye out on that. Top lane is Meatball, so it is what it is. And then bot lane, where you have Xayah Bard, they're gonna get pushed in by Brand Caitlyn early. So you could adjust pathing around that. I wouldn't. I would just have them leash, and then you can help bot lane like after your first or your, after you're like double full clear, and then like a reset to bot side. That'd be like a time if you wanted to help them. But generally, just pathing upwards, like everything's kind of set in stone here. It's no big deal. What would really come into play is like, at least on the first rotation, is like, does Rengar invade? Does mid lane fight? If not, did top lane trade? Can we do anything there? That's pretty easy. So let's see.
Okay.
And then even if, regardless of the MMR, you know, it's nice stuff to have in mind. Okey-doke, you don't go W, God bless.
Dude, I've seen some like Chinese super server, awesome, Evelynn, and they go W second, and it hurts.
Yeah. Yeah. With the Asian servers, they don't study the game as much, that's for sure. Probably because they have good servers to play on. So there's the invade, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. You don't have to contest this. You can just do your Raptors, give them red, and then you could go to his Raptors, and then maybe his Golems, and then Bot Scuttle, for example. Because
Ooh, I do like that.
Yeah, because Rengar's stronger than you early. Draven's stronger than Victor early. Top lane's pushed in. This is like the worst case possible. But then like you're also contesting it. You know, this sort of position is contesting, whereas over here would be like more neutral.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and not having smite either. Like against those invade champions, if you're gonna path into your red side, then like you can't smite the Gromp or Wolves. There's not a big downside to it either, because smiting the Gromp like doesn't speed things up that much if you get a leash. I don't think. I'm not I'm not certain on that one, but I'm pretty sure like if I get a leash, it's like I want to solo the Gromp and then I might smite Wolves to speed things up. I'm pretty sure that's faster. Gun to my head though, I don't know. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, and this kind of angle also probably makes it even worse to go W and contest harder with that, right?
What do you mean?
At level 3.
Makes it worse.
Like kind of full sending on contesting by going W as opposed to like having 2 points Q and doing double Raptors and Krugs.
Well, yeah. If you already put the points in the queue, the 2 points into it like before you got there.
Yeah.
And then the idea to contest it also just isn't winning. So I mean, fuck, it could have been, you know, if you W the Draven there, like you stun him and then Baba Booey, but in real life, it's not even a one for one in real life, but here we are. Ay, ay, ay. And then you reset top. Let's see it. Alrighty, walk me through this one, because we're not resetting bot.
I wanted Krugs. I think that's as far as it goes.
Okay. We got the Krugs. This is big.
Huge.
Now, Rengar doesn't cross through mid, so leaves the Scuttle up for us, so that's nice. Scuttle into the respawning Gromp. We have a chance.
Yeah.
Shout out to Victor.
Oh, I might have been thinking about like camp timers with clearing from bot to top when I was walking back topside, but that's just...
Well, if you don't kill the Raptors first, then like it doesn't respawn them like in the line that you're looking for. And where you die too, it's like you're not going to get that anymore. That's a huge downside of, because if you're not cycling like the minor camps on the farming junglers like that, then it really fucks things up. Because now we do Gromp Wolves, and it's like, where do we go from there? Like Victor died so we could, now that mid wave's dead before we even get there. Bot lane's not going to make sense. If we try to go into the enemy jungle, it doesn't do anything. So it's like you have a minute of downtime that isn't really useful. Maybe not a minute, like 40 seconds. So then it's just a reset to top, waiting for golems to spawn or something. It really puts things like off the frequency that should be on. Alrighty. I think going bowling would have been okay. Get a little lucky.
A little bit of a coin flip.
It's so annoying too, like with the lower MMR games, it will always be like, was your first clear good? Like, because
Yeah.
if not, like it's just on a pattern that is weird. It's strange. My golems aren't up. It's feeling weird. Pizza Man gonna go down here. Push out the wave with him, please. Please. That Volibear has no TP. You want the XP. That's like a set. If that's an Aatrox, if that's another, like any of the meatballs, just share the XP with them. No big deal. Enemy didn't have TP.
Gotcha.
And then, man, would these Raptors give us level 6? Even if the Raptors don't, I feel like the blue would have with that wave. Yeah, we'd probably be like, and then, okay, nice, we recalled. I was going to freak out.
I think taking a sweeper here is probably good, right?
I don't think it's necessary. Okay, there's Rengar. I'm so surprised he wasn't just waiting to kill you. Trying to do blue. Never mind, it's silver. Into his jungle. There you go, Bard. He's got the right idea. That Rengar walked away with like 200 HP. No luck for you.
Never lucky. FF angle.
One thing you can try too, like, so they crash the bot wave and then they stay. And then their bot lane's going to be coming back to lane, so you can like overstay in this bush. Like right. So easy to see. Like right there, you know?
Yeah, below Craig's.
Yeah, and you just kind of wait out for them. Because right now, I don't feel like you're really in a race against Rengar. Like he's not clearing his camps as fast as he can and all that. So whenever you do a detour like that, you can try for the kill. If it's like free, then you can take it. But then if it's not, you can back off. And then you can even attempt it with the ulti and then get out and then go to farm your camps.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like you do the play into the camps and then you farm all the way up to topside. And then if there's a play topside, you can go for it. And then if not, you can recall. And then it's back to bot lane that you had already like killed once. So usually becomes easier to kill them again.
Spending that time probably lets Raptors respawn, right? And then like kind of band-aids it.
Yeah, does that too. Oh, whoops. For Victor's losing too, I don't like. He can die 3 more times, no big deal. It's so long that you're getting kills, because that's like really how you build up the lead, like right from the start. Kill them into the farm whenever we have ulti up.
I think that's like half the reason this champ feels so good to me, because I just get to be super selfish. Okay, that one was a little bit hideous. I'm not gonna lie.
What in the world? Here we go. Draven walks in, gets stunned, W. Q onto the minion. Let's just smite him.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Especially since he has Blood Rush as a champ.
Rengar, jump on. There we go. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. As it should be. Like, Rengar's going to be there because, like, that's like about his only other option would be like clear and gank top or like gank bot with the ulti. He hasn't shown doing that. And it's like, is he going to do the Rift Herald? Like, I doubt it. So then, like, that's the best play for him. But you can still play around it. And the reason he's going to do that too is like he showed mid and then walking into this red side. Yeah, so that's if the enemy jungler can invade you, like these whenever you do something like this, you have to have that in mind, that they're gonna see it and then be looking for you. Has to be unlucky timing too, where you're doing these raptors and then don't see them like enter. But
Sitting on a ward.
even then, it's like you can pull the red like over here, because like where this crack is, that's like red's patience line. You can pull it over there, and then he can't jump. And then even if he wants to move around, it's a better chance over here than over here, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Help! Okay, and then back to the red, he'll never be there. This reset's a little awkward though, as it should be. Our golems are up, our things are going to respawn bot side, and we don't have ulti. Where do you want to go, huh?
Yeah, this is a tough spot. I like Krugs, because I like money and XP, believe it or not. It feels like the only thing to walk to, I think.
Let me see. Let me see what happened bot here. Caitlyn died. So she's been dead this entire time. And then we die. And then Caitlyn spawns. So by the time we spawn, Caitlyn's going to be like back to lane. But then the bard's mid. I don't know. Because like if you reset top, it's going to be Krugs into... it's like, what, Krugs into top, Krugs into Rift Herald. That's not the best thing. It's hard to say though without seeing top lane either, but if you reset bot, even though there's nothing there, that's where the camps are going to be respawning. And then, like, if your bot lane's in lane, you can pretty easily kill the Brand or Caitlyn, even without the ulti. And they're, like, pretty far behind, too. So, that would have been probably your best bet. And then if you're going there, you ping the Bard to go there. It gives you a chance. And then it would be similar, like, if you overstayed right there, that one. Like, if you overstayed there, you kill bot and then go back, farm everything, reset, back to bot, kill, farm everything, reset, back to bot, kill, get 20 Magi stacks, and then enter the mid game. Have some fun. Jesus! Yeah, it's a Silver Draven, I promise. Silver
I think
Draven.
Flash saves him. It was pretty close. He almost made it.
Okay. Just go. Don't need W, just go. Okay. We invaded the Ringar. That's not supposed to happen.
Support gap, I guess.
That was a nice Q, oddly enough. Okay, a little bit of reset, a little not resetting, okay. A little bit of supportage. A little bit of tanking, a little bit of that guy was definitely going to die.
A little bit no mistakes made by me at all, ever.
With Evelynn, I mean, until you have the experience. Because whenever you do a dumb ulti like that, it's obvious that you're going to live, but I think it's better just to cast the dumb ones and not die. Because if you die, like, trying to test it out all the time, like, test out if you live, like, that part just comes with time. If you're actively trying to figure it out, like, oh my god, a lot of game states are going to be ruined. Oh, just keep it going. They see you. Right. And then just ramp. Now watch Draven. Whoops. Draven goes right back that way. God bless.
Oh.
Just give him a chance to die. Hang out a little bit. Can we please end up in the bot lane? Can we get these 10 Dark Seal stacks and get it going? Malice has 30 Dark Seal stacks, a new Ferrari, 2 wives, and a yacht by 14 minutes here. Oh, with Evelynn too, like when you're getting those Dark Seal stacks and shit, it's like bot lane is going to be like the easiest kills more often than not because like she deals just more damage to them. With the soul lanes, it presents like more opportunities for mistakes, and then the champions are harder to kill. And then that also becomes like a double whammy against you if the lanes like aren't even. In this game, like the lanes are pretty much even, but damn, like they can really drag you down and then put you in like super weird spots. But then like this bot lane could have just been dead like at least 4 more times throughout this game. And then if the soul lanes don't get like 1 kill or anything, it's not so bad. One thing you have to get down with any of the assassin junglers is like whenever you find the one lane that's easy to hit, just keep hitting it over and over and over and over. Because like it's not even bad for the rotation either. Because the reset into kill bot into full clear into reset into kill bot is very. The only thing you're missing out on is kill mid and kill top, and that's no big deal. Sometimes you can even kill top after the full clear if you're like doing it lightly. So not even bad. And then if you were going to kill mid, it would be similar stuff. It'd be like the Gromps, the Wolves, and then kill mid, and then bang bang, and then reset, and then do it all over again. If you keep hitting the same lane, like it has so many good effects. Like that same laner gets stronger. It's basically just not spreading yourself too thin, because the assassins can't do that. We're not Lee Sin. We don't have to help everyone.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then it's in everyone's interest. Your own selfish interest. It's in your allies' interest that you're stronger and that one person stronger. Just go. Hurry up. Just walk into him. Walk into him, Proto Belt. Cue the bush. Real sneaky guy. A hunter on the prowl. Waiting for Rengar to get stacks. And then use them. Just stop waiting for him to like walk into you or whatever. Just kill him. Amazing.
Yeah, seeing it back, I think you're definitely right. Feels like I play a little bit too reserved.
Yeah, well, that also comes from experience. But like when you have the lead on Evelynn, try to use it to see when you can or can't, because this shit comes down with experience too. It's like I've played a good amount of Evelynn, I've watched a good amount of Evelynn, and I know that Evelynn with Sorkpin boots, Protobell, and 11 stack Medjais, the Rengar doesn't stand a chance, especially where he's like on the buff. You're gonna catch him by surprise. He's gonna have abilities spent, and even if things get bad, you're gonna ulti. So there's like no risk. So then the way that you would want to do that is like move forward, and then you could Proto Belt in, and then use the Q anywhere, even if it misses, no big deal. And you just spam out every ability like as you can see him. And then once the Q comes up again, he's probably just dead off the Q. Because there's nowhere for Rengar to run either. He's not like, he doesn't have like a jump over the wall or anything. And if he flashes, it's still good.
Gotcha.
So we start this at like 14:19, and then it ends at at like 15. So that's like 50 seconds versus like the 7, that it takes to kill the Rengar. So then we would kill the Rengar, and then we could be balling a little faster. Literally anywhere else, it's just mow down the map now. doke. And then you can just do a full clear where it's like you keep them all like in a line, I think. Even though it's like you're skipping some camps, I think it's better to do it like that. Unless you're looking to gank top or something, but you've already won. I mean, maybe this is okay with Dragon coming up, but for like to kill the enemy champions or take the Dragon, I'll take kill the champion on Evelynn for a very, very, very long time here. Till we're like master tier, like 300, we can just kill the champions. We don't need dragons.
That makes sense. Until it's like a really slow competitive game.
Yeah, and then that's like part of your advantage too. Because the dragon is always for our allies. That part sucks.
This is me trying the stopwatch. I am not as Anya as Evelynn player, don't worry.
I saw Evelynn rush Banshees the other day.
I saw a Night Harvester Lichbane not that long ago.
Creative. Sounds like a Chinese super server build. They literally think Night Harvester is good. It's so weird.
I've been against that item for so long, it pains me to see it.
Maybe there's something to it if there's nonstop fighting, but hard to say.
Is the... Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, I don't know. You are so far back. You are so far back. Simply walk into the brand and kill him. Draven walks into you. You W, kiting, Q comes up, kill Draven. No big deal. It's a bard. It's not an Alistar. He's not going to like set up everything. And then, you know, you spend some time, the Rengar shows up, it gets messy. No Draven for us. Until. Hey, that's a volley bear right there. You don't have ulti. Huh. So you get a little lost here. After the fight, we do the blue buff, and then there's not much to really do afterwards. One thing you have to get used to, too, is like you can just give up. There's no like defending stuff on Evelynn like other champions can. So if the volley bear is going to attack the turret, like let him. It's someone else's job to deal with. The only thing for you to do is like farm the camps around you, and then we're waiting for the ulti to come up. Because even if Volibear takes that turret, it does not change the game state. It's no big deal. So.
That makes sense.
I forget what I was playing where it's like this stuff is so... Oh, I think it was Diana recently. Yeah, Diana Talia, it's like, if the enemy wants to attack something, I'm taking something somewhere else. Like, I'm not defending anything. If my team is defending it, then I can like flank and attack, and then I get something for myself. But if there's nothing in it for me, like, I'm not doing it. You end up in spots like this. It's like the only time you can die on Evelynn too, and there goes the Magi stacks. It's not the end of the world, but it's like, damn, that's just something you opt into. That's simply doesn't work. If that's like an Ornn, a Maokai, any of the tanks, like that's what it's gonna look like. They will, especially top laners, they will present themselves mid lane for no reason, or in a lane, and then be pushing, and then ask you want to fight, and you just have to say no, unless your allies are there, you know, unless they're starting the fight.
That makes sense.
Okie doke.
Ooh.
Q.
The bard's going in. Bard's going out.
Ding dong. Okay. What do you think about this?
I think if I want to go Draven, I go like way sooner. When he first walks up into the casters.
So he first walks up into the casters, and you do click back. And you give him a
Like
chance.
on that first axe catch where they're lined up next to each other. I think that's either when I go or when I decide to not go.
So right here.
Yeah. And then I just tank a brand Q to the face. And my flash is really int as well.
Alright. So yeah, if you're a little faster, God, I hate those situations where it's like, oh, if I just did it, like it would have been fine, and you were there to do it, but just didn't. I also think like a better way to go about it is like just flank entirely, because like that's always going to be how you catch them out in the mid game. Your allies are fighting here, and then you get behind them. There is a control word in that bush, but if the fight's already started, even if a control word's there, they might not see you. But then if you're coming from behind too, like they have to deal with it. So that's always going to be your access to like the back line, and that's basically always going to be your targets on Evelynn. And then like, so where are the rest of your allies? You know?
Not very close to me.
Yeah. So that's like no HP backing off. Bard's over there. This guy's farming top. Zai is dead. Careful. Or so you have to play the fight in a different way. So it's like a back-to-back death in the mid-game. Like, that will slow shit down. Will it be the end of the world? Probably not, but still. If you slow it down, like, that gives the enemy a chance. And that's something that's so, like, easily avoidable, but then also would come through experience. So into the mid-game, it's like really think about the fights that you're going to take. Because into the early game, it's like you can tank more damage and whatnot. But into the mid-game, the enemy is going to be grouped up, and then fights, like, naturally you just take more damage, so the attacks have to be more precise. So I think that would look like choosing the target that you want to kill and then playing around that properly. Because it won't always be like flank them, but this game where they have Brand, Draven, and Kaelin, that's a super easy flank. And then we want to get around like a Ringar and then a Volibear. And even if we find that Ringar, no big deal. Find the Ringar trying to flank. He probably won't kill us.
Okay, I gotcha.
Oh my god. Only we had ulti.
If only. If only we had Majestax.
If only. Man, if you had the man, if you don't die, you would have the death cap right there. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And we'd have the ulti up for sure, because we would have killed them sooner. Oh yeah.
Oi, oi, oi.
This is how games last forever and ever and ever. With Jungle 2, there's very much like the one mistake lose. You probably won't feel it this game because we like have enough kills, but it can really end up like that. Be like 5-0 on Evelynn. Die once mid game, game's over. Because it's just like the factors around you. So then you have the option after the golems. It's like, are you going to reset or fight?
Looking at this here, before I know what I'm going to do, well, I see the click mid lane, but I like basing for Rabadon and then walking to bot camps because there's not something important like Drake's to fight over. Baron is up, but I don't think the enemy team will randomly start it. So I think I like basing on Rabadon here.
Okay. And then you said you'd reset to the camps, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think if you... Christ, like, we're getting a Rabadon at 23. I think you just reset to, like, anywhere that, like, the enemy shows up to, and then try to kill them, and then go back to the camps. The same way that, like, we could have done that bot a whole bunch of times. That same sort of fucking pattern, dude. It just keeps... Once you're strong on Evelynn, once you have the first kill, something like that, the first or two, like, ish kills, then you can start doing that rotation where it's like you reset to kill and then back to the camps because the camps will be there. And then if that goes wrong, the camps will be there. So it doesn't have to be like you farm into the play if you have the lead. If things are even, you don't have to do that. More so you can't do it. So then you could just reset to the camps and farm up. But it's like you're playing as if, but it's because you just don't see it in this game. But that's a possibility that you have that. If you exploit that on Evelynn, Jesus Christ, who knows?
Okay.
24 kills, who knows? The enemy won't know what the hell hit him. It will look, I don't know, I feel like you'd feel like you were smurfing too. Because the enemy just falls over, like, and with your Evelynn mechanics, from what I'm seeing too, like, it's going to happen. Yeah. All right, now get this. Gromp, Wolves, Blue, bot lane. Who the fuck's going to show up there? Somebody. Rengar just ulti? Okay, man. Think. Blue, do blue, do blue. Thank you.
She listened.
2 ADCs mid. Guess where we're going? We got Bard and Set mid.
Going to base.
Stay. You have infinite HP with the passive. Stay. You see this shit happening, you're basing? Listen, even if that goes wrong, like, you could be on the outskirts just waiting to clean up like a little janitor, you know? Waiting for the kids to throw sawdust on it. Like, get in there. Especially in silver, like, we're not against the clock. Like, we're not, racing time. You already have the lead, too. Like, you already have the lead is, like, the biggest part of this, too. Like, there's no downside to showing up to that and waiting around to receive your, like, big-ass bonus. Because a kill is, like, kill with Evelynn is already, like, a ×2. And then with the Medjais, it's, like, a ×3. So even though you're not getting the camps, imagine the camps is, like, a plus, like, or, like, a ×1.5. Like, you get the 1 kills that are just right fucking there, that are going to happen. Like, yeah, I think we go for those. Don't even give the enemy a chance to. What are you saying?
That makes a lot of sense.
Cool.
Thinking about it that way.
Yeah, because it looks like you have the full clear of Evelynn down. It's just not the attack the enemy part. And it's, like, hard to say, like, if, I don't know. Like, what I'm thinking is, like, a better way to put it, but just telling you the examples is about the only way I can think. Because, like, otherwise it's just experience, and then you have to, like, put this into practice, to know when, if, or, like, how, and shit like that.
Right.
Do Kidok. And then a reset into, you could do a full clear up to Baron, and then your team does Baron. You in the game off that. That's an option you guys have here. Or it's like just endless fights. Let's see how we die here. Walking past the turret, okay. Just give it some time. Killing the turrets and all that shit is our allies' jobs. So let that wave crash. Everyone's very antsy in the game, I understand. But we have a bard, we have a portal, we have minions in 2 seconds. Never mind, the entire enemy team's dead. Wait, how do you die here? This is...
That's a good question.
Inhib respawns. Okay. It's not about killing the Evelynn here. They have to stop you guys from ending. That's the whole dynamic. They have Rengar, they have Kaelin, they have Volibear spawned. And then it's you, Bard, and Victor. So if you stand here and auto the turret, it's going to take them so much time to get from there to there. And then same with Kaelin, and then same with Volibear. Make them spend that time, because with that time, that gets you damage on the turret, and that's your goal here. To kill them one more time doesn't change shit. We have 19 big ones right here. So this was what we got all the kills for, to kill this turret, and then the next one, and then the big old crystal. That's what we do it for. That's why we hustle down that field. So we want to stand here, pull them into us, the exact opposite of the dynamic that we play with the entire game. So fair enough, but yeah, this is how we do it. Stand right here, pull them into us, damage the turret. When they approach, you can choose to attack them, because then you don't have to move into them to attack, so you're going to get more damage off. And you probably one-shot whoever looks at you with the ulti. That buys time for Victor and Bard to hit the turret. And then you kind of go from there. See what you get, you know? Play it out like that. Don't play it out at the end of the game here to attack the enemy by moving into them. Even if you're not doing it like defensive over here, you could do it neutral right here, where you're standing your ground waiting for them to move into you. Into like a proto belt, a flash range, anything. Because once you're on top of them, they're dead. Where'd the Rengar go?
I made it 20 big ones, though.
Amazing. Mom, I dropped a nuke.
Mom, get the camera.
Imagine we just have one auto on that turret. Life could be a dream. My allies hit the damn turrets at Nexus instead of the champions. Okay, guys. Yep. 3 more minutes. Let's do this. Let's click around on this fucking 3D map here with grass on it for 3 more minutes. We right-clicked the wrong fucking things. Yeah. My bad. Amazing. Okie doke. So I think that's an interesting spot to start in, where it's like you have the full clear down. It's just deviating from that full clear, and that's going to come from experience, like about every single time. But you have to know it first, and then I feel like, you know, going over it like that, would you say like that gives you some confidence to look for stuff like that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because that's about all you need, is knowing that it's possible, but then also that, not that it's the right or wrong thing, but damn, like it's, you know, that's best play.
Mm-hmm. So you're telling me that in like 3 minutes, when I, you know, get into a game, finish it 3 minutes, because that's how fast it'll be. With my newfound knowledge, I'll be Malice too.
In time, potentially. That's exactly how it works. You listen to one thing, and then boom, 6-pack. You know what I'm saying? Just spawns on you.
That sounds right to me.
Yeah, that's about right. Listen to motivational workout talk, and got buff just from listening.
Just from listening.
Yep. Have you ever done the Evelynn clear in practice tool?
Yeah.
And what's your time?
In practice tool, I think like 3:25.
Okay.
Which is not impeccable.
Yeah, I'm trying to think where it'd be slow. It's usually with the kiting of the camps. I could show you one little trick actually that makes you feel stupid.
Uh-oh.
Made me feel stupid. Whoops. Do. Come on out, Evelynn.
Yeah.
You know how many times I've told Malice record the fastest fucking Evelynn and Karthus clear and you get like 1,000,000 views? No joke, he would get 1,000,000 fucking views.
Yeah.
Won't do it.
There have been a few times where I'm like, I kind of want to see how Malice clears.
And he can do it without even like, I've got it, you know. Yep.
Yeah. No thought.
Not even a like fart of a thought. It just happens.
Yeah.
Why do I want to run attack speed? Oh, I've been playing Talia, that's why.
Talia is so much fun.
I know. I've been playing her mid and jungle. What is my win rate? It's so stupid. Very much fair, very much my skill. It is my skill mid lane, to be fair. Jungle, I'm just rolling people. It's not fair. 67%, 24. This was with learning her mid, too. I entered like 5 games. Running stupid shit. Okay, let's get these jump. Whoops.
Why isn't there a button that skips you to 129 for when the camp spawn for accurate timers?
It's so annoying. You don't know how many times I've reset the entire practice tool to try to record a jungle clear. For the fiddlesticks clear, where I have the fastest one, like God.
Oh.
Okie doke, so with the jungle camps, whenever they hit you and their auto attack is on cooldown, that's going to be your time to kite. And then by doing that, you're going to avoid damage, but then also like you're pulling it further at the right times. So it autos me, it autos, and then I'm going to move. It autos, and then I'm going to move. So there's like that little bit of a pause, then I'm going to move.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it tries to do its auto attack, then I'm going to move. Versus like this, it autos, I move. It's still just like on me, you know? Then it gets that third auto off. Versus like it autos me, and then fuck. It autos me, it autos. Moving! Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the leash ranges, you gotta have an okay idea for. What's nice about practice tool is that you can fuck this up 1,000,000 times until you know exactly where you can do it, but then also you can do it on the cadences of the champion's abilities. So like practicing just one full clear until you get it as low as you can to like the fastest one is gonna be in your interest. So like knowing exactly like how many Qs it's gonna take until you would finish this red buff, and then like you're kiting it into the golems with like the last Q into the smite into this, you know, so that you can just already be there. Things like that is like what is really, really nice when you're trying to maximize it.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So.
And the leash
cheat.
range is dependent on where you're standing, right? It's not where the buff is.
It's kind of both. So, just redraw this. Leash range for this is like right here, and then once I move out of that, then he's gonna lose the patience. So yeah, it's where you are. But then if you pull the buff out of that too, even if you stay within it, it gets a little weird. Usually you won't even have to worry about that, because like you would have to move out and then back in.
Okay.
Yeah. There's something weird with that, like with blue, but yeah. So this is the leash range with red. You can pull it to about right here. You can even pull it into this bush. It's like if you're getting invaded by the Ringar. I mean, you better know this one. Into Ringars and Graves and shit. Boom, baby!
Ooh. How OP is that?
Mom! Get the camera again! I'm out of memory, honey. Buy another SD card. So we got like right here for the red. It's always the flowers that I look at. There's like a little notch in these two that you can kind of click into. With golems, again, it's like the flowers right here. What you have to worry about. And then you're always worried about the medium-sized golems, like finishing those off and then moving like to here, and then having the small ones move into you. And then with raptors, they're like pretty annoying. What the hell are raptors' leash range? I want to say it's like right here. And then like down to here.
That seems right.
No, it's further than that. Okay. It's like right here.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, raptors always feel weird.
And then with wolves, since we're always pulling them up, they go to, there's this pebble, that's always what I align with. And then it's also kind of useful to like align with this rock, so the wolves go to like about right here, I think.
Okay.
And then once you're outside of that, you're pulling them, but what's nice is you can pull them all the way like into the blue sometimes. They'll be queuing like through it. I don't know if you do that with Evelynn. I know you do with Diana and champs like that. And then blue is like right here, the yellow flowers.
Okay.
And you can't fuck around with the blue because it's so easy to reset it. So like if you're, it's always going to be like you're right past like that line if you're resetting the blue with the Gromp. And then Gromp is like the same line, I think. And then same with the blue as the fucking red. You can pull it all the way up here into this bush. Oh, boom, baby! Oh, come on. Can you?
Oh.
I want to say you can.
I...
Come on back, Betsy. Come on up here. I'm a pretty lady. You're a big rock. Maybe you can, maybe you can. If you're going to get invaded on blue, so that'd be like a 3-4 camp, after wolves, you can like ward this and then start Gromp, and then you would pull the Gromp like up here. Sometimes if it's like Graves Kindred where they're psychopaths, they'll still challenge you, and you just keep pulling it up. The leash range is going to stop like right here, so you have to be careful if you don't want to lose the patience. But then like usually you want to like if they're challenging you for this, you want to combo their auto with your smite to like secure it. It's not going to be like your ability on that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it in my experience, because they're always trying to like auto and then smite, but then you smite off their auto and they're like, what the fuck?
That makes so much more sense. What the hell?
And then we finish the full clear, a little bit of Dummel Scuttle. So we do
7-minute full clear.
Yes! That's
Let's
a new
go.
record!
Yes.
And you can just simply glance. If it's not even a sneeze of a gank, I'm resetting to the golems.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with Evelynn too, you don't have to worry about weird stuff like starting your raptors or anything like that. She doesn't really... She benefits too much from like getting a leash on the first buff compared to like say a Kayn. Kayn can start his own raptors and get those cycling faster. So...
That makes sense.
But that's all like maximization stuff. The main things to focus on is going to be that kill the noobs faster with that rotation. You're stronger, you got the lead, reset into kill the lane, and then back into the farming. And then if that goes wrong, you're still probably okay compared to the other junglers because like you already had the lead. And then it's just a full clear into a reset into another attack because you reset gank, it failed, you died, and then back to the camps, full clear, and then reset, and then you spin that gold. You still come back with like an amp tome. Might as well be the same shit as like 2 amp tomes, for Evelynn in the early game. Maybe with the durability change it's different, but that should be the price you pay that you can't kill off not having an amp tome if you failed the first gank. But yeah, you're still probably in business. It's just if you stay on that sort of rotation, like that's how you start cycling the kills because you got the farming part down. You just got to kill some people now. And then also play more than, what was it, 15? More than 15 games. Oy.
Oy.
So that'd be my recommendation. Kill some noobs. Get that ball down the field. Score a touchdown.
Home run, even. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Do you have like any other questions or any thoughts or anything?
Let me think. think that's most of it. Oh, I guess. What do you think of like First Strike versus Electrocute on Eve?
I'm not sure actually, because the electrocute like lets you get the initial kills just more consistently, regardless of like um, a mess up or something, because it just gives you that little bit of damage. The tree is just good for Evelynn, whereas most assassins, the domination tree sucks. Um, the reason you would go first strike would be like to have the absolute focus gathering as well instead of this, but then you give up early power for it. So I don't think it's anything to worry about. In solo queue at the Simimar, every single time we want the early power. And then in solo queue in general, it's so hard to beat that early power, like because it gives you like a defensive aspect too. So maybe in like an LCK game, we would have to run first strike and then absolute focus gathering because there's no way to get a kill early, but the game is stable, and then we just arrive in the mid game a little stronger. But all of this just gives you more snowball stuff, more damage early, and then that damage early can also be used defensively because if you had a mistake early, you still have some damage to fall back on, whereas first strike isn't going to be as much because you don't have the sudden impact, and then you're waiting on absolute gathering to like get their full potential. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, first strike would very much be like a late game maximization at a higher stable level of play, also given the team comp, so no big deal. We don't have to worry about that. Just gonna kill some noobs.
Noob killing. Yeah, I definitely need to get more into killing noobs in the solo queue environment too. Because like I eat, live, and breathe this game, so it's kind of like miraculous how I haven't gotten into that yet as much. But
Well, I mean, it makes sense where you don't play like very consistently or anything like that. I think it's just a matter of time right now, like putting it into practice and then giving it a good amount of games. And that'd be like 200, 300 games, you know? Yeah. I mean, you got it. It's just you got to use it. And to beat the Caitlyn into the ground, she will have nightmares of Evelynn. And the 25 Magi stacks.
Dude, Magi feels so good. I don't know what it is.
It's so fair and cool on Evelynn, I tell you what. It's so cool and fair and not insane. Especially with the solo queue like buff of allies dying.
Secret hidden passive. 4 noobs on team.
Yeah, okie doke. I gotta get going, but yeah, it's good talking to you. Oh yeah, you gotta pay me here.
That's true.
Here's the PayPal. Do you need the Streamlabs link? Streamlabs would be like for credit card or other stuff. I could just send you that.
Streamlabs would probably work better, yeah. Does one of them steal more money than the other?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Remind me how much this is again?
Let's see, we did like an hour, right? When we start 9:18. Yeah, it's gonna be 40 USD.
Okay. Okay, yeah, well, I'll go downstairs and like grab my credit card and let you know when I send it through. Thank you so much for this.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, and just message me with the confirmation, whatever. I'll get an email too. It's no problem.
Okay.
Alrighty, peace out.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.